When a person first starts dancing salsa, they look kind of like this, robotic, stiff, and then it gets a little bit smoother over time. And then a person might try to consciously add hip movement and it gets like a little bit awkward. But then finally, we get the movement that we want and it starts to look much more smooth and natural. Today, we are going to give you natural salsa hip movement on the dance floor. This video is for women and for men. My name is Danny Kalman. I am a professional Latin dancer and creator of dancechemistry.com, where we have salsa trainings from home that are structured, progressive, and comprehensive. And we really get into the details together with a ton of repetition, doing it together, and a real focus on muscle memory. So that when you get out onto the dance floor, you don't have to think. You can just enjoy and relax and be confident on the dance floor and have people start to love dancing with you also because they feel those positive vibes and confidence coming from you. So if you'd like to get really into the details with your salsa dancing and work to get all the technique into your muscle memory, check out dancechemistry.com. So, hip movement. I'll take the jacket off here. Take it off, take it off. Okay, that way you can see the hips better. What we want to do with our hips when we're dancing is we want to be creating a circle on the right and a circle with the left. You put them together, that creates a figure eight. When we do that, here's the interesting thing. The energy is not going to come from squeezing our obliques here, the side of our abs. The energy is actually going to come from the floor. So check this out. I push into the floor, and as I push down, the energy needs to go somewhere. Now, it can go straight up. So you see my head lifting up. Or, if I keep my head on the same level, it's got to go somewhere. I instead push the energy out through the hips. So this is really interesting. The hip movement in salsa is originating in the floor. And the energy is coming up through your leg and being pushed out through the hips. And when you think of it like that, it starts to change the look and the feel of your hip movement. So what I'd like you to do, and you should do this now with me, that's how we get better. I'll face you. I want you to stand here and I want you to place your left foot on the ground, and with the right foot, I want you to lift the heel, push the ball of the foot into the ground, and I want you to just roll it down to the heel. Don't worry about the hips right now. So just roll this down to the heel. Okay, so we're rolling from the ball of the foot to the heel. And when we're taking steps in salsa, we pretty much almost always want to roll from the ball of the foot down to the heel. Just to clarify, the ball of the foot is this little area right underneath the big toe and the second toe. All right, now, as you roll to the heel, I want you to push the hip out 45 degrees to the front. So if I'm facing you, I push the hip out, push the hip out, push the hip out, push the hip out, out, out. And so it starts in this angle, 45 degrees to the front, and then it makes a circle to the back. And the circle is just the follow through. But as long as that first movement is to the front, then the rest of the circle should follow. Now your head should be staying on the same level here. And make sure you're doing this with me. So you should be standing up and you should be pushing the right foot through the floor and pushing these hips out. Now, if there's a little tiny movement in the head, it's fine. But you should not be doing this. So let's push those hips out. And keep doing it. We want to practice this again and again and again. Let's try the left side. All right, so let's just start by rolling from the ball of the foot down to the heel. And then let's roll it out through the hips, out through the hips, out through the hips, out, and out, and out, and out, and out, and out, and out. Keep on going, and 10, and 9, freeze. Make sure the first movement is 45 degrees and forward. If your first movement is sideways or back, you're gonna lose the entire roll of the hip. So first movement's forward. Once you get that, the rest usually follows through pretty easily. Let's go 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Okay, so in theory, you've got both of those. It takes time, so if it's not there yet, I understand. You can repeat this video, keep doing it. Now, let's alternate. No, let's just focus on the right foot. I want you to go to the right and make the hip do a circle. Now, I want you to take the right 1 inch back, do it again. Make a circle, do a few right there. Now make it 1 inch back, do it again. Circle, circle, circle. Now take the right foot 1 inch further back and circle, circle, circle. So this might start feeling a little bit more challenging as we bring the foot a little bit behind you. This is about as far as you need to go. Even though the foot is behind you, the first movement of the hip is 45 degrees and forward. So it creates that full circle. So check this out. When you do your basic step, right here, you're stepping behind, but you're still creating that circle with the hip. And it may be subtle, or for ladies, it may be exaggerated. Okay, guys, you don't need to dance like that. It's more for follows. Okay. So by bringing the foot a little bit back here, you can start to drill this into your muscle memory. I'm very into muscle memory. To create this full circle here. All right, let's try the left leg. So in place, left leg goes around, and around, and around, and around, and around. Now take 1 inch back. 1, 2, 3. Let's go 1 inch back. 1, 2, 3. 1 inch back. That's about as far as you need to go. 1, 2, 3. And keep doing them here. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. One thing I see people doing a lot when they're dancing is big steps. And I think it's because people want to feel like they're doing something when they're dancing. But if we take big steps, we can't really make this circle anymore. So to get the feel and the flavor that we want in our dancing, we actually want to take small steps because then we can express more through the body. All right, so now let's try a basic step with it. Let's start in place. So left and right, and 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 left. Now forward with the left and forward, in place, together. Let's do that again. Forward, in place, together. And forward, in place, together. Can you see? And forward, in place, together. And forward, in place, together. Okay, relax for a second. It's very possible that you're doing something like this. I understand it because when we're first learning it, we want to make sure we're doing something. When we're actually dancing, that's fine for learning. But when you're actually dancing, you'll end up toning it back and it's really subtle. It's still a circle, but the circle might be this big with the hips. Okay, just so you know. So eventually we're gonna, usually when we learn something new with dance, it gets stiff and then we loosen up over time and then relax again. Okay, here we go. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. One more time. Ba-dum, ba-dum, da-da. Now let's step back on the right foot. Circle, 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 and circle, 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 and circle, circle, circle. Now on the right foot, when we step back, remember we want to keep that heel up on our basic step. A little curveball for you. And circle, 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 and circle, 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 and circle, circle, circle. The circles are really tiny. The whole thing forward on the left, forward and together, and back and together, forward and together, back and together, or a progressive step would be forward, progressive step, and back. Progressive, that just means we're stepping a little bit beyond the center, so they're never quite together next to each other. Forward and together, back and together, forward and together, back one more time, and forward and together, back and together, and one. Good. So it takes time. Practice, 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 repeat this video as many times as you need to. Again, if you like training, salsa training from home that's really comprehensive and structured and progressive, check out dancechemistry.com. The programs that we have there are really incredible and are a game changer for your dancing on the floor. I hope this video was tremendously valuable for you. If you enjoyed it, please share with your friends, subscribe, like. If you have questions, you can ask them in the comment feed, all that stuff. That's everything. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you on the dance floor.